Hey y'all, how you doing? It's Mike. Today is December 31st, 2014, New Year's Eve in a little while. I treated myself to a new tool over, basically bought myself a Christmas gift. I am going to make one of the mini pallets that Tom Lipton shows on his channel. So I decided to splurge and buy a facemill. It's my first one. I'm sure lots of people have them. I know they do. I see them all over YouTube. I've had a fly cutter forever for making big surfaces, but decided I wanted a facemill. I bought this from lateinserts.com. I think they're one of the U.S. distributors for this you can see it, ZCC CT, which stands for, I'm sure I'll pronounce it wrong, Zhuzhou cemented carbide cutting tools. Anyway, they're out of China, but it seems to be a really well made product. I bought a lathe tool bed holder and some cutters from them. I was really happy with them, so I bought this as well. So this is a 2.5 inch face mill. It holds 5 SEET style cutters. It seems to be, it's really well finished, no rough edges, everything is smooth, nice, very well finished, and it's got a laser engraving on here. I'm sure that won't show up on camera, but basically it says 2.5 inches, arbor size is 0.75, and it uses SE12 inserts. So that came in the package along with a nice, looks like a T15 wrench. Swiss made. Wow, I didn't expect to get a Swiss made Torx wrench with a Chinese cutter. And it also has a little tube of Molykote paste, which I'm guessing is to put on the screw threads so that they don't get stuck permanently. Of course, what good is a face mill without some inserts? So from the same folks, I bought a 10-pack of these ones are, just make sure I get the right ones. These are the ones for steel. So they're made for semi-finishing of mild steel, or any steel, I guess. Probably not ideal for stainless. And I bought another package that are made for aluminum that are very, very sharp. Got much more of a bevel on the edge. So probably use both, but for a test run I'm going to use the aluminum ones. One of the cool things, let's leave them out, I need them anyway. One of the neat things is, I don't know if I can zoom in on this and you can see it or not. Let me try to zoom it. Yeah, I don't think that'll show up anyway. But basically it gives the feed rates, speeds and feeds on the back. So these are supposed to run at 1,000 meters a minute for the aluminum ones, and the steel ones run at 220 meters a minute. So I converted that over to surface feet for a 2.5 inch head, and it's basically 1100 RPM for steel and 2700 RPM for aluminum. So that baby has to be cooking when I go to try it out, or at least ideally. So let's see, I want an arbor too. Oddly, these folks sell arbors only for Cat 40, which is probably trying to tell me I shouldn't use this in a Bridgeport style mill, but of course everybody else makes arbors for them. Let me turn this around so I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, like I was saying, everybody, arbors are easy to come by. This one's from Shar's. Just a R8 to a 3/4, the shell mill bits. Actually, they fit really nice. I mic this and it is right on 750, so that's good. It fits nice. Actually, I put some soft jaws on my vise. I put this together once and took it apart and decided maybe I should actually show it. That was from me putting the bolt in. Not that exciting. Excuse me, seemed to be dry. I am going to put a little Loctite on the bolt, just medium strength, so that it does not come loose, because this thing is going to vibrate like heck. So anyway, I bought some extra screws. See how the inserts fit in here. They should fit. The rest of it is as nice, and I haven't tried to put these in yet, so this is the first time. But if they fit as nice as the fit and finish of the rest of this suggests, they should work well. Can't believe this is a Swiss-made wrench. Very, very nice surprise. Certainly wasn't expecting that on a Chinese tool. It's very cool. So let's see, these should just sit in here like so. Looks like they fit really nicely in there. So, given that it came with 0 instructions, I'm going to put just a drop of this moly lube on the threads in the hope that they won't get stuck and break off and require me to go to all kinds of ridiculous methods to get the broken screw out. And I have had to do it on a lathe tool and mount it up with, run it through a carbide end mill down it. Fits really nice in there. So we'll just put the other 4 in real quick. Well, the inserts certainly fit in there nicely. Seat really well. Everything looks just right. So we'll drop a Loctite on our bolt that holds it all together. Goes in that way. And I'm just gonna go clamp the shank and the soft jaws of the vise, and then we'll go set it up in the mill. Take a test run on a piece of metal just to see what it does. Be right back. Okay, dang, pardon my voice. I don't know what's wrong. Hope I'm not getting a cold. Anyway, I'm over here at the mill. I've got a basically 5 3/4 by 9 1/4 block of 1 1/8 6061 aluminum. This is going to end up being a mini pallet like Oxtools shows how to make, which looks exceedingly useful. So this has not been squared up, faced, it's just saw cut. So I'm going to treat this as the reference side. I've got a piece of copper wire in there, and I've got the vise really tight. So hopefully we can face this one off and flip it, use that as a reference, and then make the other side parallel to this and get it down to an even dimension, just make it nicer. Got this mounted up. I have not set the speed up yet. I think I figured out I need about 1100 RPM. So actually I've got to change the pulley on the mill, which is not a big deal. It's not as... I got a step pulley mill because it saved money. I was almost $1,000 more for the variable speed, and realistically this is fine. Took, you know, that long to change speed, and if it was a production shop, it'd make a difference. But for me, it doesn't. Anyway, let me turn on the phase converter and see how this works. Okay, let's just look at our speed here. It's in back gear. We don't want that. Let's take it out of back gear. Make sure that drops down. So this should be 1115. So it's good. Let's see. present. Line the table up until it touches. Let's see about what we can take off. Okay, we're just touching. Zero my dial here. I'm going to turn the DRO on for this just to see where we're at. Hopefully my head's not in it. Yeah, it's the first run. We'll start with 50 thousandths. I'm sure that won't even care. Oh, that's beautiful. Just turn the power feed on, let it go. Gorgeous. Bring the camera over, you can see the finish. If I can get it to zoom in. Let's see here. I don't know if it'll focus. Give it something to see. My hand? No. Anyway, well, I couldn't be happier with how that cuts. That works really well. Well, let me flip it over and see how square we can make this. Get it out of the way here. Chips out of the way. I don't know if that shows up or not. It's just a glass smooth finish. I mean, you just can't feel anything. Just lovely. So far I am exceedingly happy with this cutter. And I forgot to mark my reference side. Idiot. See if I can tell where the copper was. Well, I'm adult. I forgot to mark my reference side. I'm 99% sure it's this side. So I may have to redo this after that. That's okay. I'm not too worried about it. It's just it doesn't have to be super square, but that's just dumb. Should have marked it. In this case, I do want it flat on the top bottom of the vise, so that hopefully it's parallel. And let's see here, how big is this? Currently, we're right about 5.67. So I'm going to get it down to 5.5, so I got 172 thousandths to take off. So this time, let's wind this up 100,000, or I'll take 100, well, 150, since it didn't care about 50. Just touching. So that's good. Okay, I gotta move the tripod just a little here. Alright. Give it 150 this time. So that should be pretty good. It's definitely working harder, but 150 thousandths left to cut. It's cutting nice. Chips are like aluminum foil. They're so light and wide. Okay. Just gorgeous. Those inserts seem decidedly good based on the finish and how nice it, how easily it cut it. I mean, it is just unbelievable. Maybe the best finish I've ever gotten on a mill. It's just really good. So what are we at here for size now? I'm gonna get a mic out. This does not matter that much. Anyway, I'm at 510, so we need to take another 10 thousandths off, and we'll call it. No, is that right? No, 51 thousandths off. Is that right? Better make sure before I do something stupid. Not like that's ever happened before. Now, let's see here. Yeah, 5.510. So yeah, I need 10 thousandths to bring it down to 5.5. Okay. Crank up our knee 10 thou. Take our one more pass. And call it good, I think. Go. Just absolutely stunningly nice finish. I don't know how well it shows up, but just fabulous. Good, I hit my number. Should be pretty close to 5.5. 5.5. Whoops. 5.5005. I think it's about a half a tenth or half a thou over, but it's digital caliper. It's not necessarily right anyway. Let's see what this side says. 5.498, so it's about 2 thousandths. So you're slightly out of trim, which is possible. I haven't trimmed it in a little while. And my piece didn't end up quite straight, but it's good enough for this. So I guess we're about 2 thousandths off. Not bad. Not perfect. Certainly good enough for this. So, that finish shows up on there or not, but man, it is really sweet. Really happy with that. So let me just take the burr off. Get a couple parallels and take one of the faces and clean it up. Parallels are snug. Oh yeah, good. That should do. Okay. So I actually have a quill DRO, so we'll use that for the depth on this. Just get her close. Just gonna touch it. Zero the DRO. Probably take 3 passes to go across the front of this, the whole width I should say. So we'll go down, this is 1 1/8 inches. I don't really want to take a lot out, so I'm just going to take, well, let's go 25 thousandths all the way across. See how it turns out, should be pretty good. Lock my X. Alright, and we'll take one more down the middle and call it good on this side. Okay, I think we're done with that. Very pleased. It's only 25 thousandths, but man, it came out really nice. Really nice. Feel a tiny bump though, so definitely a little bit out of trim some way. I'll have to get on that. Maybe my next thing is just to update that. Not update, but reset the trim. This thing's a lot heavier than my old one. Won't be at all surprised if the concrete's settling a little bit. Plus, it's almost January. It's cold. Things move. No question about it. My shop is not, it's got a great heater, but it's not on all the time. So, overall, pretty happy with the result. Actually, really happy with the result of the cutter. Not so much if my mill's a little out of square, but that's fixable. Take our burr off of here. Okay, that's beautiful. So don't know how well it shows up, but it's a pretty finish. Very pretty. Okay, I think I'll surface this side and then square up the 2 ends and call it good. Pretty warm coming off of there, but it's pretty good feed rate. And my DRO is supposed to be able to tell me what that feed rate is. But apparently that doesn't work. I'm going to email them and try to find out. But if you put it in the speed mode, it's supposed to give you the speed in millimeters per minute. Unfortunately, it acts more like just a position indicator and not speed, because it never shows 0, and you can move it and it'll show 0 whether it's moving or stopped. So it's definitely not as advertised in the manual. So get a hold of the vendor and see what they say. Just too bad, because otherwise I like the DRO a lot. It works very well. If this never works, that's okay. It's not a deal breaker. Part of the features you pay for, you should get them. Got a huge mess in here. A lot of wood on the floor. Alright, that looks really good. Really, really good. I do suspect it is very slightly out of trim though. Not much, but nothing, I'll have to look at it. That's it for that. I might just put an end mill in and square up the ends so that I can start drilling it when I get some more free time. So let's just change the cutter out real quick. Yeah, it doesn't even look like they've been used. I mean, those things are just scary sharp if you put your fingers on them. To mind, what would happen would not be pretty. So let's see. So I think for the side I'm going to use, I got a 4 flute 7/8 end mill. We should do a pretty nice job of cleaning the side up. Again, there's no specific dimension on all of that, other than that it's, you know, I wanted something that's easily divisible by a 1/2 inch, because then I can lay out a grid of holes, which I can lay them out anyway, but that way it just looks nicer. I'll adjust either way. So let's see, I got 7/8 mil, running in aluminum, which is 250 surface feet. Says I should run that at 1143 RPM. Well, what do you know? It's on 1100. It's on 1700. It's close enough. Nope, it's on 1115. So that'll work. That is good enough. I'll bring the table up just a little. Okay. Still got to stick the squill out a little, but not much. Okay. And this is an all manual feed operation, I guess. Oh. Touch off. I'll take about 20 thousandths, 25 thousandths. Just plenty. Alright, that's nice. Seems to be doing real good. I'm not getting any chatter or vibration to speak of. So nice sharp cutter, as big as will go into an R8 pallet, so less vibration, stiffer that way. I always try to use the biggest end mill I can get away with, just because for that very reason. Less flex, better accuracy, less vibration. Obviously not suitable for cutting a 1/4 inch slot. Okay, that's that. Drop the table a little bit. Okay. Don't know exactly what I got, but I want it down in the 1/4, and it's going to be a little shy of my having to guesstimate. It's pretty close. Close enough. Probably within a 64th. So that's alright. Cut her out. So I had a guy on YouTube ask what kind of power drawbar I had. I don't. I just use a Milwaukee impact driver with a, whatever it is, 19mm socket. It works good, and you know, someday I might put a pneumatic drawbar on there, but that works fine. I already had it. I don't have to spend the money on it. I'd rather buy new cutters or metal or something. Alright, anyway, so I'll take the burrs off of this. That's better. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, overall, that new cutter is just a fabulous finish. So we got a tiny bit of, you can feel just, I mean, it's tiny. But I'm definitely going to have to check head trim before I make anything that has to be really precise, which I've got an upcoming project that it definitely has to be right. So, cool. Oh, I'll show one other thing real quick. Hang on. So for Christmas this year, let me see, let me turn the camera here, make sure something shows up. Yeah, that'll work. I'm sure it's zoomed out. Yeah. So for Christmas, my oldest stepson, he has a shop in his garage, so he knows the kind of things I like. So he got me these little guys, which are really cool. Man, it's a huge mess here. Hang on. Alright, so these are I got a pair of them. These are a magnetic base, which is basically like a welding plant magnet. Magnetic base adjustable LED lights. They got a Noga style articulated arm on them. Obviously, not really a Noga, but looks kind of like it. The magnets are pretty good. It holds on even through the Masonite table covers I've got. So it works pretty good. Works, and obviously you can position them anywhere you want. They got me a pair of them, so you could fire them across. You know, that's something. You can. I don't know if you can see. This one's pretty white. That one's actually bluish purple, and they. I'm assuming they were built in the same factory. Different batch of LEDs. I don't know. Maybe the batteries aren't as good. They were the ones that came with it. I have no idea. But one's one's not bad, one's kind of blue. And, but yeah, they're kind of neat. The nice thing is, if you really needed up close light, you could stick them on the vise and stick them right down into the job, and And if they get killed, not a big loss. You know, they're machined, billet aluminum. Yeah, kind of cool. And, I don't know what they cost. I would guess 20-30 bucks. The part number on the box looked like Shars. I think that's where they came from. But the bases actually work really quite well. It's got a little slop in it, but that's just the magnet moving on my vise. So they're actually lock up pretty good. It's not as good as like the Noga indicator clamp, but better than some of the other Noga knockoffs that I've seen and paid for, unfortunately. I bought one that was pretty crappy, but yeah, they're kind of neat. Certainly useful. And hey Brian, if you see this, thank you. You and Susie. I know she didn't pick these without your help. So I guess that's about it. I've got hopefully an interesting project coming up. I'm going to build a balancing rig for balancing lathe chucks and other things up to about 1 foot in diameter. I've got most of the material I need. I still got to get, I thought I had some 1/2 inch aluminum plate for the sides that I'm getting, the uprights, but I only had 3/8. So I'm going to decide in my mind if that's going to work or if I have to buy some more metal. So, but that'll be in the fairly near future. Hopefully that'll be interesting. There's some lathe work, mill work, and I'll show the drawings I made for it, and trying to teach myself CAD, which it's an interesting process. Anyway, have a great day. Merry Christmas. That's past. Happy New Year.